if my homegirls white, we was definitely them girls. Like after the shows, we would have all the rappers. They would like one of my homegirls end up dating Spliff Star.
Oop.
And then like it was so wild because I remember them being like, come back to the hotel.
Bragging about this. We had all the rappers.
My homegirl ended up dating Busta for a little while. I was definitely like, this doesn't add up. But like it was a couple. Petey Pablo came out of school.
What's your favorite Spliff Star?
He was just a hype man. But I just remember her story about it was so bananas because they was like, come back to our hotel and smoke. I remember being like, this is so.
That's like asking what's your favorite Flavor Flav single.
So you don't know that'll represent like me. Who's to say some shit that like me? Boy won't ever meet like me. That you don't know. Ninja, who do the shit that I do? Run through your whole little crew. Pay for it if I got to.
I've had better. It's not, man. This is.
So
it tastes like Trader Joe's wine.
You could.
Trader Joe's has good wine now.
You could sit there for 2 minutes. He ain't coming.
Okay. I'm like, Trader Joe's has good wine. I don't know. This one is
I'll deal with that later. You might want this.
Yeah. Just to get it to its normal.
Normal luster.
This better be a good show.
Yeah.
Or should I be all the way over here? I don't know how Jay be sitting.
That's exactly what you said. Where are you out, bro? He's not coming.
Oh, he's not.
No, he just said we just got done with his help tape. I won't be there till 3:30 if I leave now.
And it's like, hey, bro, we shoot the shit at 2:30
every
so
week. Yeah, so you plan to be an hour late. Is basically what you're telling me.
And you informed us 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not tripping. I live in a good space.
I'm trying to tell him he got ADHD. He won't let me tell him.
Nah, he got a lot.
I'm a diagnose.
He got a lot of different.
You was here for the intervention. He got
yeah.
multiple.
I mean, I have ADHD and autism, so like ADHD, you don't.
California Adventure, and I got to watch it.
You don't know like perception of time. He might not understand the perception of time.
Oh no.
Nah.
Oh.
No.
Shit.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know about
I've been doing
that.
it for a while.
Yeah.
He was like, I was trying to give him something. I don't know.
I would say more of a worry wart.
Oh well, yeah, that could be childhood issues.
But
He'll be fine.
yeah, I'm not
going
tripping.
on under them varsity jackets.
I had some
varsity jackets. He do have a life supply of varsity jackets.
It's like Batman. You go in the closet, it's just varsity jackets.
That man got a lot of varsity jackets. Thank you.
I had some good closure. Was it Thursday? No, that was last night. Thursday night.
Oh, let me.
Because I saw I had auditioned for Abbott Elementary.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's a come up.
You started me.
No. But then they
actually start on Pap. I'm curious to how this gonna go.
But then they and then I didn't get it. And I had told Adam, I was like, tell Quinta to cast me. He was like, and I told him to roll. He was like, oh, when you see who they picked, you're gonna be like, oh, it makes sense. And then I watched it and it was Eric Andre.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, that's my competition bet.
That's good. That's
I'm gonna
good
destroy that light skin.
And we're live.
Whoa, ho, ho, ho. It's your resident skinny head here. Welcome to the NAANCast. The super chats is open. His Ozempic J speaking to you right now.
I can't.
Not that.
Ozempic J is so rude.
No.
Not Ozempic J.
Would y'all rather me call myself OJ?
OJ Washington?
OJ Washington.
Please allow me to introduce the show. We got a great episode for y'all. To my right, I got my man's
Why it sound like
right, because wait, why you do the neck?
Like he wearing a Batman suit and he can't turn his neck. He can't turn the whole body.
Jay, you know we had to clown you for that, for not being here.
I need a hat to put over my face.
If he be looking hot over there, he'd be like, that nigga is dressed for winter inside.
Right, he hot in a tank top. Would you? How you doing, everybody? I'm the Dark Architect, Chris. Please, you just saw me on the Before the Bell. I'm back. I'm still here. What's happening?
What's going on, everybody? I am back again and
Yes,
here to
indeed.
stay. Fatima Talia, I am in the building, y'all.
Fatima.
Yes.
So you got some attention after last week's episode.
I
You got-
should have never said nothing about me and my OnlyFans because y'all came for me, honey.
Yeah,
and it was
did they?
not, like, it was funny because this one dude was like, show me your pussy.
Just opened with that.
He came right in the comments.
God
with that.
damn.
And I was like, sir, have you bought any items?
I'm so okay. Wait a minute. So first of all, no.
Listen, I was like, you in line? Do you got a ticket? Because if not, step out of line, sir. We got things to do.
I think he was trying to purchase one item.
Yeah.
And I was like,
very
well, you can
specific one.
you can see if they have purchased anything, and if anybody talks wild to me and they haven't purchased anything, I'd be like, sir, the store is available. If you haven't purchased anything, go on and head out.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a business we're running here.
that's fair.
Man.
And then I blocked him, and he left, and he came to my TikTok.
Damn.
It was in the comments like everybody.
Show me your pussy.
He said everybody, just in case you know, she has an OnlyFans. I was like, oh my god, I had to block him from TikTok.
I like that dudes try to act like that's a slight. Like,
I don't know what he was trying to do.
I just be like,
I was
yeah,
like, oh my
man.
god,
Yeah, this pussy is always for sale.
All over.
all over, sir. You don't have to come.
Yeah,
Oldest profession.
yeah. I mean, back in the day, you used to have to give up at least 2 cows, and that was
That was big shit.
yeah,
That was big shit.
Like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
like, how we go eat? Like,
Yeah, right.
You
now
done gave
it's
up 2 cows.
2 cows.
a simple $15 donation on various sites.
Ridiculous.
I don't know from experience.
It was
you know
wild,
what I
though,
mean? I
but-
Google
Yeah.
image search.
So what are we talking about today, y'all?
Well,
A lot
speaking of
shit.
TikTok,
Yeah.
it died and it came right the fuck back.
Yeah,
Did y'all feel any effects of the TikTok ban?
yeah, it was weak for like them 45 minutes.
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Everybody had the same pose. Oh my God. People was crashing out. They were
Yeah,
crying real hard. Like,
it made me realize, like, in today's age, like, options is key. It wasn't that, you know, I fuck with Instagram, but the fact that I couldn't go to another site.
after
yeah.
this. But it's boring at Instagram,
Yeah,
though.
it's just like,
So once you go check in,
yeah, it's
you're like, all right, let me go.
What's
Yeah,
the
like-
difference?
It's a huge difference.
it's a big difference.
Is it?
It's a big
Because
difference.
there's reels on Instagram. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
no.
But they reels not from like
They not funny.
They not dedicated to the shit you like.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, it's
So Instagram got to get the algorithm game up.
they
Yeah.
could never get their algorithm game up.
I don't
It's
think
just, it's
it'll
just
ever
not
be there.
TikTok. TikTok
No.
will show you a bunch of shit that's like that you probably like really would fuck with.
Okay.
Or you wouldn't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Because I'm not much of a. I have it just so that when niggas send me TikTok links, I
You
can look at them.
yeah.
But that's the only reason I have TikTok.
It's super, like TikTok, I think is the only space you could like get some formula to grow back your edges.
Okay.
At the same time,
Yeah.
getting some dating advice at the same time.
From the same.
the same, your
user?
whole, it's the whole square
Yeah.
like that.
You get to see a lot of different perspectives.
And
You be like,
one-
oh, this nigga don't get no bitches, but he'll be like, I'm gonna tell you how to be an
Get-
alpha male.
Yeah, you know? Like right there. I think that nobody has matched that algorithm in any of the apps of all time. Because my farewell was letting the kids know I went through the Vine era. I used to be a Viner.
Oh, you was with King Bach and them?
No, I talked to them about that.
King
I
Batch.
had like I had like 10K on Vine. I was doing not bad on there.
Okay.
But I was
Okay.
telling everybody, like, you know, since it didn't have an algorithm like TikTok. If you weren't doing videos with King Batch
Yeah.
or stuff like that, you weren't really getting views.
Yeah, they weren't really like showing
Yeah.
people stuff. It was like
Yeah.
you had to find it, get a dedicated following,
Yeah.
and really cultivate and feed the
Mhm.
monster all the time.
I had to click up with people that was doing stuff with him.
Yeah.
Like I remember back then I was clicking up with people and I was
Oh,
doing,
you talking about Jawan Jones?
I did stuff with
Who
him.
was it? Johan Jones?
That's why I was like, who? I think it's Joanne. You're right. I did stuff with him. I did a bunch of stuff with him.
yeah,
A bunch of
that
stuff
was,
with all deaf digital people.
he was that nigga back then.
Yeah.
I remember was it Alfonso?
I did stuff with
Somebody,
him.
Yeah, Alfonso.
Yeah, man.
Yep. I did stuff with everybody. That's how I ended up at All Deaf.
Yeah.
I
And
worked there.
DC was popping on there.
Yeah.
And I think that's why folks was kind of scared of TikTok going away, because it was like, we didn't seen this before. We didn't seen people's whole lives
go under.
lives just disappear. It's like, what happened to us? Like, nigga.
I mean, none of them came to TikTok, I don't think. I don't really think they were there.
But think about it. When the last time you seen like Alfonso or Johan Jones?
Fair
I
enough.
see Jahan around in life.
Well, yeah, but you also be knowing the nigga with the gloves, so you be
what?
you be talking
The
to
nigga
niggas
with the
that
gloves.
Who's the nigga with the
That's been my
gloves?
homie for years. For years.
You see, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
he
know
wasn't doing sketches though. Well, no, he did that sketch with that girl. He was a girl.
he did one sketch. He did one long sketch that was
You talking about? See, I'm gonna stay out of that. You ain't gonna get me in the
Y'all-
middle of that.
Y'all doing
I'm gonna sit this one out. But I think he had sketches that like we weren't. I met him another way, but we weren't. Yeah.
Y'all got esoteric conversation going
We
on.
always
right
be
now.
like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let the class know what the
Me
hell you
and
talking about.
Pep.
Scribe 24, thank you so much for the super chat. Just says boot it up. What could that mean?
another inside joke.
Okay, all right, wonderful.
And it's booted up.
Boot it up. You ain't never heard that? So
Nah.
you got to get on TikTok.
Yes,
See, nah, hell no.
You gotta.
I don't need to be current that bad.
No, but it's back. I feel like the way they brought it back, though, I knew they were gonna bring it back that way. Because
Yeah,
this
of
morning
course.
when you open it, it was like, due to your amazing president who's on the way, kids, he saved TikTok.
Like Joe Biden don't know nothing about TikTok.
Still,
Yeah, right,
but still,
right.
they put Donald Trump saved it.
Oh yeah.
They pretty much.
It
put
was
that
the
in
marketing
there.
plan.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
he was the literal reason why it was going to get banned.
Mm-hmm.
And then within, like you said, what felt like 45 minutes, they're giving you an official messages about
Yeah.
President Trump,
They did.
you know, getting down with the bringing it back. And then like he's tweeting about, you know, oh yeah, if they give the United States 50% ownership and this, that, and the other. And then, you know, people are just going to use it as a, you know, as
We'll
an
see.
excuse.
If the algorithm changes, I'm out.
I mean, Trump is making a lot of moves already. He got people mad at Snoop and
Yeah.
Nelly
Now
Nelly?
Snoop, you saw what he put on.
and Soldier.
But
Big
she's
Soulja.
What happened with
Big
Soldier?
Draco to us.
I love Soldier. I love Big. What happened? What happened?
They all performed at what people are saying a Trump inauguration party. Soldier Boy said it was just for crypto. So
I love Soldier though.
I mean, and that's why I'm just like, why do y'all expect this nigga to make any type of good decision?
Any
Soldier?
of the three of
Yeah.
them.
Remember when he was in the shootout?
Snoop. Oh, that. That's my boy.
Bah, took the mask
Took
off.
the mask off. Bah.
Who
Like
was
Soldier.
it? It was
Like,
me.
I love that. That's the best story ever. That's what I have a joke about how Trump ran the country like Soldier Boy. That's crazy.
Yeah, Soldier is. I mean, he's a crash out. Like
He is a
that's
crash out.
What did he? Yeah, I wouldn't go to him for advice on how to like broil a piece of meat.
He's
Like, I
so
wouldn't
funny on
even-
TikTok though.
Yeah, of course.
Mad funny.
You want to see crash outs on TikTok?
I don't know how I ended up on live with him and this other girl one time on TikTok. It was so
You
wild.
were talking to him?
I was sitting there stunned because I don't know how I got on.
Yeah, but
That
They
nigga
was
did not
arguing, but
talk.
then I got on. It was a game that everybody's. I can't remember what it was. It was something where you had to get like, they would send you like stones and like, you know what I'm talking about? Like on the live on TikTok, it's like you get these little
get
objects,
galaxies
little
and
galaxies and shit,
rolls.
and roll like, and then you make money off of them. So they was arguing. I was just sitting there. I was just making mad facial expressions, but people was like laughing. And I was getting stones and shit for being like, what? Because I don't know how I got on. It was an act. I don't know. But
Well,
he's
I
funny
mean,
as hell.
do y'all feel a way about them performing for this inauguration party or what?
Nah, get
Nah, I
your
don't
coins.
care,
This
whatever.
is the time to get money.
Yeah.
I put it like this. I was talking to my lady about it. I was like, Trump is there. He's a trick. He is a trick.
Facts.
And you're supposed to hit that lick as big as you can
Mhm.
while it's there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think if anything, it's tough for Snoop right now.
Only because of the videos of him.
Yeah, seeing like,
him
oh,
crashing
yeah.
out about people
Performing for it,
Trump
yeah.
back in the first
Was that last year?
inauguration.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So what a difference for a year makes where the
He been
niggas
on.
sit
He
there
been crashing out
DJing,
on Instagram. real
playing
bad.
fucking Boys in the Hood at the I wanted to see them pan to the actual party of them niggas listening to Easy E.
Yeah, this nigga was just DJing. I was like, yeah, y'all want me to play my playlist? Yeah, for 15 million.
Wait, so
I
he
got
didn't
you.
perform? He just DJed.
Nah,
at the
he didn't
party?
even rap. He
Yeah.
just
And I don't. This is what makes me, I guess, a
I
little
thought he
bit
was performing to
upset.
some shit.
Is that
As DJ Snoopadelic.
like
Oh,
Soulja
this nigga was
Boy
a character?
is literally a nigga with a 7th grade education at best.
At best.
At
Certainly.
At best. Snoop literally has he been working with convicts because Martha Stewart is a felon.
Yeah.
Is she? Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. Absolutely.
Hard time.
Wait, she did go to. What did she go to jail for?
Insider trading.
Okay.
Yeah. So he know how
Okay.
to work with the money.
Also, you saw Yamanika's post about
Yeah.
it. This nigga's on drugs all the time.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
can't,
He don't
you
remember.
can't help Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop's
He don't
decision-making
remember.
ain't
He don't
clear.
remember.
The
Yeah.
highest in the room. And then Nelly, the nigga got a baby. He got a baby.
he gotta get his coins. He
He
gotta
like, I can't go broke.
Right.
Ain't nobody buying Nelly tickets.
Yeah, I
Ain't
am not
nobody
about to
buying-
lose
no
a
shade,
shot to
Nelly.
you
No
again.
shade.
Right. What was the last Nelly hit that you were like, yo, he did that
It's
one.
all in my head.
What was that?
Think about it
thinking
over and
when he
over
worked with
again. Him and Tim McGraw.
yeah, the
That's
fake
actually
Garth
a good
Brooks.
song.
Yeah.
Nelly was big in my probably my last of high school going into.
See.
You was
college.
dropping down, get your eagle on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think that was like right into my freshman year of college.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Oh, Bad
Nelly
Boys
was
too.
big. Yeah.
Right.
Them niggas
Shake your
played
tail
that
feather.
shit.
You want anything
6
ride with me?
times
We
in the
said-
movie.
I hated
That's
that.
like,
I
yeah.
hated that
Nelly
song.
was a shit. Tip drill was like my sophomore year, I think.
I was at Morehouse when he was
Yeah.
supposed to come perform in Spelman, and they boycotted because of Tip Drill.
They let him come to our school.
Well,
They didn't care.
it sounds like
They didn't care. Illinois
It's a
State did
different,
not
ethos.
care.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
at Grambling State when they had Little John and the East Side Boys perform. I was like,
Ooh.
It's like, you going? I was like, nigga, why would I go to my death?
Yeah, it was. Those were always edgy, right? And
Yeah.
somebody always got jumped or shot.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I don't see what the Atlanta was different though, because it was like the lyrics were very in favor of that, but it was all brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You might throw an elbow in somebody's chin, but like just because we love each other.
We had Busta Rhymes. I think we had.
Oh, that was like the last of the good Buster Rhymes.
Man,
Which
I
one?
got a wild story about that one. That was great.
Oh, you got to share the
Yeah,
story.
that's before you start taking steroids. That's probably with the
No,
Janet
it was
Jackson
like,
era, huh?
I was in lieu of the like hot girls of college. Like we definitely was them bitches. Like
Yeah.
during if my homegirls white, we was definitely them girls. Like after the shows, we would have all the rappers. They would like one of my homegirls end up dating Spliff Star.
Oop.
And then like it was so wild because I remember
Nope.
I remember them being like, come
He
back to
should
the
be
hotel.
bragging about this. We had
We had
Spliff
all
Star.
the
Well, no, my
We had all the
homegirl,
rappers.
my
Spliff
homegirl
Star.
ended up dating Buster for a little while. I was definitely like, this doesn't add up. But like, it was a couple. Petey Pablo came out of school.
What's your favorite Spliff Star?
He was just a hype man. But I just remember her story about it was so bananas because they was like, come back to our hotel and smoke. I remember being like, this is so.
That's like asking what's your favorite Flavor Flav single.
I was young, but in my mind, I was like, they are
Public
so
Enemy
old.
record.
They were so
Yeah.
old. Like, I just remember being like,
Yes.
yeah, they were old.
Anybody who had active tracks with a Tribe Called Quest and they prime is old as
But when we
shit.
were young, like I remember being young and being like, this doesn't add up. These people are old. Why are we smoking
Yeah,
with them?
yeah,
We
yeah.
gotta leave. Like this is crazy.
I'll say
Yeah.
it's like Nosferatu. I just seen that movie. That was
Yeah.
about a young chick fucking with an old nigga.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then
she came back to the
yeah.
she came back to the dorm
She
crying.
went back to the square.
It's like, oh my God, what
was
happened?
trying to get his life together. He had a regular job, looking for promotion, but she couldn't stop the allure of this old nigga with money. That's all
Terrible.
Nosferatu is about.
Oh my God.
What the hell is going on?
Exactly. You said
I remember meeting him too.
Count Orlok is Ron Isley.
Old dudes love young women. That's like a normal thing.
I think it goes both
I'm about
ways.
to
Really?
say,
Well,
you
yeah,
can't
you're right.
attract
I
what
can't say
don't
that. You're
want
right.
you back.
No, you're right. You're right.
And I understand because I remember being in high school and chicks are great would fuck with
That-
niggas
yeah,
in
that-
college,
from
but
the
it was like,
beginning.
like I don't want to ride the bus to class. Like
That's right.
Mm.
this nigga is going to pick me up.
Oh yeah, I was definitely her. It will ruin your life though, ladies.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
The perks. It's like,
I mean, it's perks, but then you get older and
Yeah,
be like, oh my
perky.
God.
Yeah,
Should have stayed with little Tommy.
Lil
now
Tommy?
I'm ruined.
It's like, wait a minute.
I'm
If your
ruined.
choice is the older nigga, Lil Tommy, you definitely go with the older nigga. Lil
I mean,
Tommy's
yeah.
going to be in jail this
and,
weekend.
And this is how Spliff Star
No. That was terrible for her. She came back crying. He had no songs, did he? No, he had a verse. when they did the
he was
whatever.
the lead artist on a record label that didn't exist.
Yeah.
This nigga Busta Rhymes kept talking about Flipmode.
It's
Right,
a
they had an album. They had
I
an
was like,
album.
who the fuck else is on Flipmode?
And that was the first
Hey.
time we ever heard him do a verse.
Hey, I loved Rod Digger.
Yeah, she was tight.
That was the
she was
first
definitely-
lady
yeah, yeah.
with that New York voice. I was like, okay,
I
I
liked
could
her.
I
Yeah.
could get behind this.
I never, even though she was signed to Flipmode for a second, I never associated her with that shit. Because she was part of like that underground
She was. Where did she come
era
from?
in
Who
New
was
York.
she before that group?
Before
Was she on her own
in-
or?
She was on her own. Like she
Okay.
was part of that Most Def, Quali,
Okay, yeah.
Common era of hip hop in
That
the
sounds
98.
gross as shit.
That was an era.
Why? Look, because you don't like Common, I get it. All right,
But that
like,
was an era. Though.
a lot of the Rocket shit was good. It was good.
Mhm. The Talib
when you got a white man in the
Kweli,
other room talking about Common.
Twalib Qualib.
Talib Kweli was an era.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was
pronounce
listening
my
to. I've been listening to because I got bored the other day and I was like, oh no, I did an underground show to prep for my Netflix thingy,
Mm-hmm.
and they was playing R. Kelly in this
Oh, shouts
This
out
bar.
to Julie at the Improv. Man. She got the most
She-
problematic playlist.
Absolutely.
He's
Diddy,
got
Kelly.
bangers. Even though I was like, dang, everybody from my era is in jail. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Diddy, R. Kelly, but they got. I listened to Best of Both Worlds recently.
And that's because them niggas was doing college tours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Pulling college
I was
chicks.
like, all the dudes that I remember, they all in jail.
Isn't that crazy?
It's
Like,
crazy.
All that shit that happened between Suge and Puffy and everybody who died in between them, they both in
They
fucking
both
prison.
in prison.
Mm.
That's crazy.
How the
One
mighty
nigga
fall.
blind and
Yeah, blind.
Who blind?
Suge say he was
Yeah.
blind. So that's why they needed to let
we
him
know
go
what
to
type of
prison.
blind. We know what type of blind you are.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he
He's
got
Bill
bangers
Cosby
though.
blind.
R. Kelly has bangers.
yeah.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is super talented. I mean, I don't
Man.
I
I'm with
don't
Ryan
know how to
Davis.
say this. It's wrong what he was doing.
It's definitely not a good look.
Okay.
It's
But
bad.
motherfuckers with unique talents usually
Be a little, yeah.
well, it's this
Yeah.
only because you become so powerful and talented that you're allowed to, live out your true
I'ma go ahead and
your
say-
intrusive thoughts, I
Sure.
should say. I'm not gonna say your fantasies.
Okay,
Intrusive
then,
is a
okay,
good word.
okay.
Yeah,
A good
intrusive
word.
Yeah,
thoughts.
most of okay. They was all
Yeah, because I imagine how you gonna be when you like super successful.
at home, never talking to nobody.
Yeah,
What?
like
No.
in
You're not gonna write with nobody after hours?
yeah,
No
in
more. You ain't doing that no
2060,
more.
somebody gonna come out. Yeah, she used to piss on me every night. It's like,
I'll probably have a few little like non-successful comedy niggas come out and say some shit.
I can't wait for those podcasts.
Yeah, I know. That's gonna be
But
fun.
you gotta
They're gonna be sitting
you gotta
right here.
pick
in the
low.
neck.
Yeah.
You gotta pick low.
You gotta find somebody that
You gotta
really
find somebody that
needs
ain't
it.
really got a voice. I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I mean, no, I'm gonna go inside. It's,
Okay.
Delete the
well,
OnlyFans.
speaking of which, so Diddy's lawyer sort of broke his silence recently.
Yeah.
It said, "Damn it, everyone on the freak off videos are consenting adults." And so he's basically saying that people are kink shaming P. Diddy.
I mean, I had said that from the beginning.
Yeah.
I had said that from the beginning. I was
Uh-huh.
like, I didn't know not one person. I was like, that nigga P. Diddy trying to do. I was like, nigga, I'm trying to get to the party.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I don't know, y'all.
I understand that, after like there are parts of it where it was like, hey man, I don't want to be here no more after you did what you did. But for the most part, a lot of people were dying to be at a Puff Daddy party. Just like a lot of people was dying to, get in the Playboy at the Playboy Mansion.
Mm.
It's always shit that people like girls
Dying to
going wild.
People
I
were
remember
dying
that.
to
Ooh,
smell
that
like
was
R.
that
Kelly.
was wild. That was a wild era.
Yeah.
I've gone to one Diddy party.
Okay.
Wait,
Mhm.
so wait, hold on. Please, where was
And
this
I
Diddy
was mad
party?
underage.
Well, shit.
But nothing
See?
happened. Nothing happened to me.
This feels like entrapment.
no,
more than
nothing happened to
anything.
me.
Hey, Split Star, I'm pray for you.
I don't know. No, nothing
I'm
happened.
pray for you.
No, I'll tell you. I'll be honest. I started modeling at like 14, and I had like a pretty good career. Like I lived in New York.
Shouts out to Kimora Simmons.
I did walk for Baby Fat. I did. I walked for them.
Nice.
But I was in New
Russell
York.
Simmons was in attendance.
I met him at
I have far too many
Yeah.
pictures of me dapping up Russell
I'm gonna go
Simmons,
in and
let me tell
say, hands up on that one. But anyway, nothing weird happened when I was there.
Can I tell you about my Instagram? Like,
You gotta
I had
tell
to,
us.
I had to purge. It's pictures of me with Diddy. It's pictures of me with TD Jakes.
You got all the
It's
pictures.
pictures of me with Russell Simmons. I was like, damn, I got.
So you ain't never been to a party.
I've been to a Diddy party in Atlanta. But again, I wasn't allowed to stay to freak off
That's
hours.
the rules. You don't ever stay past 12 at anybody's celebrity party.
I was also a college student.
Yeah. No, I was in New York. He had a birthday party at some club.
Mm.
And I remember he invited all the models to come. We was all 18. Everybody was 18.
Speaking of people who didn't stay late at the Diddy party, y'all watch Chappelle's SNL monologue?
So good.
Pap's evil.
It was good. You didn't think it was good? I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
Of Dave Chappelle.
I mean, I'm up at his house, so I'm a big fan of Dave
He's
Chappelle.
everything I aspire to be.
I'm not gonna speak ill of SNL, so I'm gonna just shut up.
You didn't like it?
I didn't watch
like
it.
it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
But that's because I was like, nah, you're not gonna use Dave Chappelle to get me to watch this shit.
Really? Why you don't like SNL?
I didn't say I didn't like. I said I'm not gonna speak ill of SNL.
Okay, I like your politically correct way of saying.
Yeah, there's
Hey,
I'll say it as weak as hell. It's
Really?
This nigga Sweet know who work on it who be like, this shit hella weak.
I've always wanted to be on that show.
That's why I'm not gonna speak ill of it because them niggas know exactly how I feel.
Have you auditioned for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be an interesting time when I run into Lauren Michaels.
Okay. Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's really been like a dream of yours to
I've auditioned so many times and they let me audition once live.
Okay.
And now I'm kind of like, I can't do this anymore.
Well, once they get rid of the other one black woman,
Yeah.
I think my last one I did, see, I'm not going there. The last one I did, that's why I don't really want to audition for it no more. Because I feel like the last one that I did was really, really good. I gave them, like 12 characters in like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
I'm like, I'm tight. I can't do no more.
I can't think of a real other than the Eddie Murphy era, but that was obviously because it's Eddie.
Yeah.
Other than that, was there ever an era of SNL that really spoke to like Black America as like
Chris
something
Rock
they had
had
to
a
be?
good run. You was like, no?
Chris Rock actually wasn't on SNL that long. Niggas,
Okay.
Niggas forget that.
Hey, and also that's like big ass jokes era of Chris Rock, not exactly.
I can't sit here and say I watch it that heavy. I watch it for particular people, but the Eddie Murphy.
The Eddie Murphy years, like niggas was watching SNL like on a reg to catch Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it during the Will Ferrell era.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, but that wasn't like because it was speaking to us. It was just like they had nothing but stars on the
and
line.
I like the Jimmy Fallon era. Him and Horatio Sanz was
that was a good
hilarious.
one. What's the white chick's name from Bridesmaids?
Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
I fuck with her.
Yeah.
I fuck with her heavy.
Yeah, she had a good.
Once
Jason Sudeikis.
Mm-hmm,
I'm about to say that cast is probably the last one that was like
really good,
really that good. Yeah. I don't feel like they. Then this is no shade to anybody on the show now. I don't think that they go after like stars like that. That's why Pete Davidson got so much
girl they
run.
have now? She's funny to me though.
She's funny, but
what is the scene where they were eating the meat, bro? That shit hit. Where they were cutting the steak.
That
was funny though.
You see how you pulled one sketch?
Yeah.
Well, because they don't really give her. Come on now, they not.
I will say I think that's the issue with SNL, that they don't have actual reoccurring characters.
Yeah,
they do
it right.
Everything
right.
is a one-off. Like the SNLs that we talking about. Eddie Murphy had Gumby and Buckwheat and shit. It's like Will Ferrell had his shit. Everybody had.
True.
There were like actual creatives that thought about like, hey, like, and that's the reason why if you had a successful character on SNL, at some point in time you would get like a movie.
Yeah.
And there's none of that.
I didn't even look at it like that's a great point.
Who would they make a movie of now? The Weekend Update, nigga.
That's the only thing that's consistent.
Colin Joyce at home.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it like that. You're right. Okay, maybe that's why none of the sketches really be hitting like that. Because it's not enough consistency.
Yeah. To the point where they brought on this episode, they brought back the player haters for the balloon pop sketch. And it wasn't even, they didn't even do anything with them for real. They just had them like kind of walk through. And I was like, damn, they don't even know how to like handle these shits like they used to.
Well, they got one reoccurring character, and that's Keenan as Steve Harvey.
I mean, I think that's not bad. I think that's funny.
That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, but they don't. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why them fools is checked out. Like Michael Che and Jost used to be the head writers of the show.
Okay.
They voluntarily left the position, but are still on the show.
Right.
So that should tell you really everything you need to know about what it is to try to get some fun. Or how about this? Michael Che has 2 seasons of a sketch show, and he was the head writer at SNL at the time. So it's like, okay,
they've been on for
clearly
years,
something is not passing the board over there.
Yeah. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Dave Chappelle one. I just saw the opening. Online.
I saw that he was gonna be on there, and I was like, y'all not about to do this to me.
You can watch the monologue and just leave it at that.
I watched the monologue.
No, because I understand what you're doing, man. You know.
Yeah.
It's just like if you show me a lady with big ass titties on the cover, or like Dune. Everybody thought Zendaya was gonna be in Dune, and then niggas was like, "Man, this motherfucker was in three
scenes.
Yeah, 3 dream sequences."
Dream sequences.
Yeah. Hit the like button if you're in here.
If you in this piece.
If you're in here, you got any more topics?
Yeah, of course.
It's usually, Jay is filled with topics, but
that's not all. That's not all Jay filled with. Well.
Slithering bat.
I was trying to find a segue. It's hard to find a segue.
We were on
Well, we were talking about the Trump shit with the inauguration, people be mad at them. We were talking about SNL, etc. But I was going to talk about freak offs.
Right. Okay, there we go.
I'm trying to segue that into talking about Lord Jamar and the flat earth shit, but I couldn't find a way.
Y'all didn't say how y'all felt. You think everybody it was all consent? You think his lawyers saying that's
hell yeah? I don't know.
You think people really was like, this is a good look for me
to be in those freak offs? Yeah. I don't think they were thinking about if it was good for their career. I think that they was horny at a party.
He's saying the consent was the celebrities or the girls?
He says everybody in the videos. It was happening between consenting adults. Okay. Now, well, actually, let me walk that back for a second.
Yeah, I'm like,
because
I don't know.
Because that's what made the Cassie situation so sort of cut. Obviously, she wasn't consenting to being abused by him.
I'm thinking people was like, oh, okay, this could be fun, but then I'm finna leave. He not letting you leave.
Yeah, that's when it gets crazy.
That's not consent. Yeah, when they like, all right, well, I'm done. And you like, no. Like that ain't consent. Cause you saw the Cassie video. She was trying to politely be like, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. He snatched her by
came through butt naked and
running down the hallway.
Like that
kicked her in the back. That's
not just reek of consenting activities are taking place.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say nah.
Damn, Sean. What's wrong with you, man?
No.
But
he going to jail.
Dancer niggas is always beating up women though.
Dancer niggas?
Yeah.
Dancer niggas do be one to fight. I dated a dancer nigga one time.
And he was ornery like that?
I was fighting him all the time.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
When y'all both doing pliés.
I was a dancer for a long time. Dead ass.
Is that how you met all the rappers?
No, my whole career story is I was a background dancer. Well, that was after
model dancer.
I was a dancer first, and I went on tour.
You used to be in a gang. I remember you told me
that was before that. I had a life, y'all. I'm out here living. No, I was a dancer for a long time. I did a bunch of music videos, like a bunch of them.
Okay.
This is a hell of an autobiography on its way.
Yeah.
Gang member, dancer, model, comedian.
But yeah, I was a background dancer.
Split Star.
I didn't date Split Star. My homegirl, he's too short for me. I never dated Split Star. That's but I was a background dancer. So yeah, they do be, but they be low key gay though. That's why they want to fight you.
Now my nigga Kevin Federline.
Not about to say the kid.
Kevin Federline.
Number 1, baby.
Was he really? Oh, he was a dancer. That was Britney Spears'
that was his
baby daddy.
Yeah, he danced his way to the drums.
to a fortune.
He looked terrible. Like she was making bad decisions.
But I mean, niggas, Britney Spears. Like she never did make any good decisions.
That's why ladies don't listen.
Nah, don't listen to that.
Don't do it.
Remember that Britney Spears' first single was "Oops, I Did It Again." That's literally a song about like, I fucked this other nigga once again.
No, don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. Don't do it. Once you reach a certain level, you got to go inside.
Yeah, like speaking of walking things back, Britney Spears was like, that was the ultimate like, oh damn, we got behind a movement that we shouldn't have. Everybody was like, free Britney, free Britney.
Oh,
then
when she was under knives and stuff?
Was again naked on Instagram talking. Everybody's like,
but she's bipolar, right?
I think she just
something came out.
Nah, she just was famous. I mean, how it's hard for anybody to let go of what
something's going on. Remember when she
was.
shaved all her hair off?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
think about
That's
it.
what I'm talking about.
She was a child actress, and I
Right.
always be like, name anybody that was a child star that's like mentally stable right
Sure.
now as an adult. Exactly.
You gonna be
Macaulay
thinking-
Culkin.
Who?
Macaulay Culkin.
But he had
is
to disappear for the longest of time.
I
You
thought
saw-
he regular again.
You saw after Home
Nah.
Alone 2, there's not a whole lot in his
He was spiraling a little bit.
filmography.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Was it bad? I thought he was okay. I thought he was. I'm like,
Man.
nah,
Yeah,
okay.
because didn't he have to get independence for...
Yeah.
He had to get away from the
Yeah, that
family.
nigga looked like
Dang,
a
you
dried
might
out
be right.
banana.
Yes, Mark, by the way.
I was gonna say Raven Simone, but nah, I guess she not good either. Okay,
She
well then
said-
you're right.
She said, yeah, Raven Simone recently said that people used to watch That's So Raven just to see her titties. And it was like, no one
What?
has ever thought about Raven Simone in that way.
I don't know if that's true. Men are weird.
Okay.
True enough.
Yeah,
I actually agree with you.
men are weird, but niggas was never checking for Raven Simone. I'm a stand on that.
Yeah. That's fair. That's absolutely
Oh my god.
fair.
Well, I don't know if that's consent. I feel like just to move on, segue. But I don't know if
Hillary
it's
Duff is actually racist, and I love Hillary Duff.
consent. Is she really?
Is she?
Go look up Hillary Duff at her kids' football or soccer game. She like ran up on some black dude and was like telling him he couldn't take pictures, and he was like, "I could take pictures of anybody in public,"
Right.
and it was only because
Oh, she
Just
That's
go
not really
Damn.
racist. That's white women. In.
Come on, Kim Possible. She was Kim
Not
Possible.
Kim- What is impossible?
when you say white women, that's
White women is what I'm saying.
I put racism.
Like
Up
not
in
nothing
that.
against them, but sometimes they be like, "Hey, buddy," like you know.
Yeah,
Damn, that's messed up. Because all you talk
Yeah.
about algorithms. That's all they keep showing me how thick Hillary Duff has
Yeah.
Is she
become
thick?
over and over again.
I don't know what's
no,
going on.
Hillary got the Duff already.
Oh, I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on
Yeah.
with them. Okay,
Yeah, you know what I
well,
mean. It's you used
Okay.
to Topanga used to outpace this bitch. Now it's
Topanga
like,
was really
the gap
she
is
was
starting
pretty.
to get closed
She was
a
very
little
pretty.
bit here.
Is she all the way white?
Who?
Topanga.
Yeah.
Topanga, yeah.
Really?
Danielle
I
Michelle?
always thought she wasn't.
Absolutely.
I don't know her real name.
Just
but
because that's a hilarious full circle
I was like,
situation right
Topanga?
now.
Like-
Because the first time I remember the black community really fucking with Topanga's when she did all the words to "Give Me Some More" by Busta Rhymes on "Say What" karaoke on MTV.
I don't remember that.
And niggas was like, "Yo, she must date black dudes." It was like that was our
She's always
barometer.
been so pretty.
So
to
maybe
me,
she
even on the
dated
show.
a split star for a while.
I stopped fucking with Topanga when she started hating on Angela on Boy Meets World.
Angela
when she
was
started
the,
hanging out with her, the black one.
The black girl.
Yeah, she was hating on her though.
Oh, hating on her.
yeah, because she had. I was like, oh,
she was
you
dating
just.
old boy.
Yeah,
She
was
didn't like that she was with Sean.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you won't shot. You got this weak nigga.
Of
But
course.
I knew watching that as a little girl, like, oh, Sean like black women.
Oh, yeah,
He probably asked to be cat.
because he was poor.
Yeah,
Because he was
that's
poor.
what I'm saying. 100%.
So white men only date black women when they poor?
No, we're saying Sean was the
Or
first,
they got struggles?
Sean was the
Yeah.
first homosexual.
They either got to be poor or super rich.
Okay, I see where you going.
Yeah.
with
There ain't no
Ain't no
in between
in-between?
white nigga about to be fucking with no black lady.
Absolutely.
Damn.
That's just what it is.
Shit.
100%. And
100%.
yeah, because because Boy Meets World should have did what they did on Dawson's Creek, where it was like
Pacey.
Katie Holmes was like, "What am I chasing over this weak ass motherfucker for? Fuck with Pacey."
Pacey
No?
really like black women though.
Hey, Katie Holmes got ran through on Dawson's Creek. She fucked the whole creek.
She did.
Yeah, but that was a lot of the
And was
tomboys
very
like
emotional
that,
about
though,
it. It was
back
very
in the
crazy.
day. The underappreciated tomboys was out here fucking
Yeah.
like Boof and Teen
Yeah.
Wolf.
What? That's not real. I feel like I was a tomboy. I wasn't on no wild shit like that.
Boof
That
was
must have
out
been
here,
like-
dog.
Who was Boof?
You ever seen Teen Wolf?
No, I never
Michael J.
watched
Fox
that.
turned into
Nah.
a werewolf.
I never watched that.
Oh, we gonna put that on the
Oh, put
peanut
that on the
gallery.
list for Pabst movies.
For the peanut
you wanna tell
gallery.
them about Pabst movies? What's
Oh.
going on? What's...
Oh yeah, I've been streaming movies. We just watched
yeah.
Short Circuit. I finally came up with a name for it, Pabst Peanut Gallery.
Okay.
We're gonna watch something on Thursday. We're trying to figure out if y'all got any suggestions. Put it in the chat.
Nice.
You could theme it for the month. So it's like, January, got MLK Day, got several days, February, Black History Month,
You gotta do higher learning.
Valentine's Day.
I'm not watching no higher. Learning.
That is so funny to me now when I watch it.
I watch.
it's- yeah,
I
it's
watch
hilarious.
It's
Meteor Man.
hilarious now.
Because there's no character other than, I guess, Lawrence Fishburne, where it's like, oh, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Everyone
It's a
is wrong.
comedy when you watch
Yeah.
it later.
Yeah.
This is a period. When
And
Tyra
Busta Rhymes is in there
Banks
too.
say, This is a period.
It
my
was a
nigga.
Busta Rhymes heavy episode.
It's wow. Yeah.
That movie became unbelievable the moment Busta Rhymes beat two niggas' ass in a fight in that movie.
It was crazy.
Oh yeah! Shouts out to Michael Rappaport. Turns out he was not acting in that movie.
Right?
Yeah.
crazy.
But he loves hip hop, Pap. He loves it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Speaking of hip hop,
He found your segue.
I
huh?
found my
Found
damn
the segue.
segue. One of the luminaries of hip hop and rap culture, member of Brand Nubian and other rap collectives that Pap do not fuck with in his radio. Lord Jamar recently, well, it's several times now he's been on Godfrey's podcast. Shout out to Godfrey.
Yeah.
And has been espousing his belief system about the earth being flat. And recently, Godfrey had Professor Steve or Professor Dan, who is a YouTuber who debunks a lot of these
I think it's Dan.
sort of theories. I think it's Dan too. So debate Lord Jamar on the broadcast, and the results were pretty damn hilarious because we haven't really addressed flat earther theory here on this channel. And let me just actually before I say anything, I'd love to think do you guys give credence to the possibility of the earth is
I think it appears to be flat because of gravity. I don't think we're like walking around and then like we just not noticing that that's dumb.
Yeah.
I feel like gravity keeps, I don't know, that's just my theory. Scientifically, I really don't know. But I don't think you're like walking and you like, I have no idea that I'm actually upside down now. That doesn't make sense. I think it's just gravity keeps everything that, but it does. Because didn't we learn this in science? Like it's rotating, correct?
These are very basic things that we learned.
Yeah. I'm like, it's rotating, but not at a pace that we can feel because of gravity, correct?
Pap.
Okay. I do remember that.
I mean, according to cartoons, if you dig a hole deep enough, you're going to wind up in China. So
Yeah.
I guess that proves.
That was enough for you. Bugs Bunny taught you gravitational theory.
Also, why would I listen to some Hotep rapper?
Yeah.
Give me knowledge, brother.
You ain't never went platinum. I don't want to hear a word.
Nigga, if you don't make this incense and shut the fuck up.
He was very adamant.
Oh, no,
it was he was
adamant.
very like, forget about it. Like, he was ready to fight.
That is how Hotep niggas is.
Yeah.
Have you ever like told them like, no, I don't want the bean pie?
Yeah. I lived
True
on Stony
enough,
Island.
Jersey. Pap is a scientist, so he should know these things.
Yeah,
True enough. When you making microchips.
I just know how to work the machine.
I just know how to work the machines.
Because it was just interesting how, I mean, there's always these talking points, right? Where they feel like they say these gotcha things to you, right? Because what he kept saying was, show me a working model of a ball that can keep
spinning
water
around
stuck to it while it spins on its axis. And it was like...
Everybody was like, well, you know.
And everybody was like, my nigga, why does the water fall? Because of fucking gravity. Nigga. You know what I'm saying?
What's
and when
going
you're
on?
in space, ain't no up, down. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's a vacuum of space. Nigga thought vacuum meant like vacuum cleaner, like
Sucking
it
like
sucks. It matter through it. It's like, that's not the definition. He's like, well, it's not gravity, it's weight. It's like, well, what the fuck is weight? It's gravity's pull on you to the center of the earth. It's not, these aren't like, you know, revolutionary thoughts. It's just you being a dumb nigga.
That was the first introduction to science. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think a nigga named Lord Jamal went to school?
He had to go to like grammar school.
Come on,
they
man.
teach you that in grammar
He
school.
of the 5%, baby.
And I went to a public grammar
of
school.
niggas that didn't go to school.
I mean, yeah, maybe he didn't
Self-taught,
graduate high
brother.
school, but he went to like grammar school. That's normal grammar school.
I do not know that.
I can't say
I
for
do
certain
not know
he went
that.
to
I know that
grammar school.
red fish, blue fish.
Because I'll never forget when the Dead Prez album came out and they had a song called They Schools. And they were really advocating.
I was
like,
not a Dead Prez, like, yeah.
You don't remember?
Nah.
Fuck, it's bigger than hip hop.
I remember that song, but
Right.
nah, I wasn't
They had a
like
whole
my
album,
lane.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
They had a few albums, yeah.
In fact.
What year was that?
It was like mid 2000s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. And
Nah, I was in
Chappelle
the
Show's
big
theme
times.
song was the fucking Dead Prez song.
Okay, yeah.
That's
okay.
where you know it. And you-
Okay.
But yeah, they had a song called They Schools on their first album, and it was really advocating like
How he
don't
know.
go to school essentially because what they're teaching you was lies, and it was just like, wow, this lacks any and all critical thinking.
So then maybe he
skills.
don't know then. Damn.
There's no way because you know what I think it is. when you're in high school, you get taught about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right?
Right.
Where it's like once food and shelter and safety are taken care of, then you can start to think about other things like longevity and art and science and philosophy and all this stuff, right?
Right.
I feel like we as human beings have far too many of our needs met. And now we've jumped the shark. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And now we have so much time and so much access and so much information that we're just like, nigga, what if it wasn't round? You know what I'm saying? And now we've come all the way back around to dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
that's
I
where
don't
we
see
at.
how he thinks this though. Like, I don't know. That's crazy.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Where is Lord Jamar from?
New York, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, Papa's very...
Okay.
Public schools are not that great in New York.
They're not?
No.
They can't be no worse
If
than
he went at
Chicago.
all.
Nah, they worse. Because did your school at least have a name?
Yeah, of course. Oh, they don't got no names.
Nah, they
It's
be
just
like
called school.
P98.
PS 113.
Yeah. Like,
That
what?
sound like
Yeah.
Like, nigga, you went to P90X?
Yeah, I remember.
P98.
I know
That's
y'all
crazy.
remember when Usher Usher took over his school when they shot
Friend of the show.
Arnaz.
Say what?
You don't remember that movie? Light It Up.
Oh, shit, yeah. I
Oh
remember
my
that, yeah.
God.
Why the hell did they try to make Usher an actor for a while?
Damn.
Hey, 'cause he was hot.
Game.
That nigga was a
As
hot
DJ.
He was in She Got Game?
Yeah.
Remember, he was a DJ.
Wasn't he in the
No.
faculty
He's in the
too?
faculty.
The
Yeah.
faculty wasn't a real movie.
Usher,
Though.
baby. What the hell
Yeah,
was?
what you mean?
No, it was no, they were all models for some kind of a
They were all Tommy Hilfiger models,
right.
mostly.
It was like
'cause-
brought to you by
yeah.
that.
But it was
Was
still a movie.
Josh
though.
Hartnett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They had the T-1000
I mean, it was a
in
good-
there.
yeah, it was a good movie.
I mean, once he did
Damn,
that
Light
movie,
It Up, I remember that.
the music video My Way, you know.
That was the
nigga could
best
do no-
music video of all time.
I don't know about
Come
that.
on. When I think what was he on? I was like, if they don't bring out Tyrese.
And he was fucking Diddy the whole time. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what?
Just kidding. I'm just
That's
kidding.
edgy. That's edgy to say in the middle of that. Wow.
I got these cherries for you.
I mean, it's confirmation that that's what's going
Where you
on,
think he
though.
learned it from? He was holding them cherries out.
Yeah.
Take that. I mean, no.
I think that's what they. I think they. Yeah.
You
That
think- you
interview
think?
where it was like Kevin Hart and Diddy and Usher in that
Yeah.
room at that party.
Yeah, you don't got to call.
Yeah.
It's okay, girl. I'm
No,
gonna be all
Diddy
right.
had said like
Stop.
don't get on the
Gonna
bed unless you want to
boogie.
be on the bed. Remember, and Kevin Hart was like,
Yeah,
oh,
tonight.
and then Usher was like, pause. Like,
Oh,
you
wow.
never seen that?
I think I
It
have
was an
seen that
accident.
clip. Yeah.
With my nigga.
I mean, Diddy been coming out saying he been wow. I mean, when he was on Drink Champs, forget about it.
But see, that's kink shaming because I mean, the nigga gonna fuck who he want to fuck.
But also, it did get weird. Like, because he was talking about how, you know, you lock all the doors. Then
Yeah.
you turn up the heat. And once people start sweating, them clothes start coming off. It's
Tell
like,
your
hey,
friends to get with my friends, and we can be friends.
Nigga.
Hell, we can do this shit every weekend. I don't know.
And then he made that real life.
Mhm.
Yeah, 100%.
I think my favorite is when he asked Fab, like, why you ain't never partied
We
with
read,
me?
oh my God, that was so scary. Fab was like,
hey,
hey, man, he's like, come
Everybody in
on
the
over
room
here
was
to
like,
daddy. I was like, oh
Yeah.
no.
Everybody was like, man, should we just beat this nigga ass right
They
here?
had the face of that.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, this
Like he
shit.
paying for all this, but should we just beat this nigga
The
ass?
cameras
right?
off. We gonna.
Hey,
Yeah.
how come you don't?
Like, why you in there party with
Hey,
daddy?
you know, it's like, nigga.
I mean, French Montana always looked very scared.
I mean,
Hmm.
when your booty hole is in
Yeah.
danger, you.
You ever see the interview with him on Ellen with Diddy? How scared he was. He would look at Diddy, be like, "Can I answer?" And Diddy be like, "Go ahead." It was like I was like, "Damn, French Montana is getting,
So,
he's getting."
Ike Diddy. Okay.
Mhm.
Not cool, Sean.
Yeah. He did it.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Did it.
So speaking of ignorant niggas, Roseanne
I watched the video,
popped
man.
out and showed niggas.
She popped out and got some box
and
braids,
said,
baby.
"I got some bars for y'all out here." Did you hear the MAGA?
I heard it.
Anthem.
I seen the clip.
Yeah.
Hey, good for her, man.
Is that, yeah,
Don't
for
be
real?
mad. What's the song like? Y'all lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw that song? It was
Too bad.
too bad. Don't be mad.
I feel her though, because they took her TV show.
Mhm.
The shit had her name on it.
Yeah.
And they took her off the show.
Yeah.
Surely.
They didn't understand that.
But if you watch the video, they
she was
should have
just
took her off the
tired.
show. This was not it. She looked like she run a nail salon. It was bad.
Hey.
She like the braids threw me. I was like, not you don't like black people.
But that's how
But you
they
dressed.
that's how they always go. I seen Hustle and Flow.
Oh yeah. What's her name? I'm in
I'm in
charge.
charge.
I'm in charge.
Who is the dude that's on the song with her? I don't know him.
Some white nigga.
Oh, nobody know who that is. Look,
They
man,
all look inbred in the video. Everybody look like they
Look,
It
you,
just
Pat,
didn't.
you said it earlier. It's just people get too worked up over people you wouldn't trust to watch your fucking kids. You know what I mean? Like people you don't trust, don't respect, and then they come out and do something cutty, and you like, what? And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, people are people though. I don't know why people always put people on like
And I get like people who worry about people with influence.
yeah.
You know, messing with folks' perceptions and ideas and thoughts. That's why, to me, that's why I'm like critical of like the Joe Rogan experience, for example. I feel he's like to a point irresponsible with his platform. I get that, but Roseanne, you know what I mean? Roseanne been fucking up the anthem since, you know what I mean? Remember she sang the anthem in the 90s.
But I look at it like this: the
whatever?
Roseanne show represents not no shade, but like where I grew up, those type of white
Whites.
Americans don't really
You
like
can
black
say
people.
whites, it's okay.
Yeah, I was like, do I got to TikTok this white tees? Those type of white Americans don't really like. They are usually racist. Yeah,
I mean,
the show itself.
I mean,
the show itself.
I think they just pour usually.
if you've been watching me on this show, I think you know how I feel about what I believe white people think about niggas.
yeah.
I mean, I think that's just in general.
I
It's
always,
in the soil, baby. This is
I always say we are animals first before anything.
Okay.
And if it don't matter if we both cats, if I'm a tiger, tigers gonna be with tigers. They want to see tigers do well. Lions want to
Facts.
see lions do well. If we see
click up
each
with
other,
your
we're
people.
gonna be like, oh, I understand we cats, but you not like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you think the cats is outside being disrespectful though?
yes, because we all got to eat. Hey,
I mean,
somebody got to get the gazelle.
No, I watched something where it was like two little tigers or something. They was running out of water and food, and the other little tigers did not help them. They was getting malnutrition. They
Yeah.
just was watching them from the way, like, sorry, niggas. Like, so that's true. But I'm like, she was going out of her way though to be vulgar about her thoughts, which was unnecessary. At her platform, I think.
But how could she go
You
out
save
her
it for
way?
group.
Because if I don't care, and we had during the intervention, hey man, if I truly don't care about the shit you talking about, I don't fuck with you. It don't matter what you say. You say whatever you want to. I'm gonna move on as long as it don't harm me.
Okay.
Then
You think there's a way you can't do that on a platform she was on? She had a hit show called Roseanne.
But that was
Okay.
a long time ago.
okay, yeah, and
But she
it's-
lost the show because of
Yeah.
Because-
She
that
lost the revived version
right.
of the show.
But like because she was like, all right, I'm outside now. That's how I'm talking.
Mm-hmm.
You
and-
could keep that save it for group.
But those people always knew that that's who she was. We acting like she never was that. She's a disgusting looking fat white woman
Yeah.
who made her fortune off of being out of pocket.
Right.
Why are we
Basically.
acting like, oh, I can't believe she said this and
Right,
she's
right,
like
right.
this? It's like
It's
Well,
like,
they-
I feel
the
like
timing,
we
the timing.
be weak when we do shit like that.
Well, I think the timing now is that.
it's like me as a
Nah.
wrestling
No,
fan.
it is. Now you got to be politically correct about things.
But why?
Like we just said, Diddy
But why?
and R.
But
Kelly,
you don't.
they've been doing this.
We got a nigga that's a felon who be grabbing by the pussy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Who
You're right.
who didn't actually beat the charges.
Right.
He about to get sworn in on MLK Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's,
So you know what I've been thinking? Y'all about to get y'all gun license?
All right. Good.
what you
got
mean
yours?
about to get? You know
Oh,
what
I
I'm
don't have
saying?
mine
Niggas
yet.
is not-
I had one in Chicago, but
Yeah.
I never got one in California.
That goes back to Huey P. in Oakland in the 60s. He was
I
like,
just looked into
you want
it.
gun laws to change? All you niggas get guns right now.
I didn't,
And-
but y'all's policies are much more intense than they are in
Okay,
Chicago.
well-
yeah, but you shouldn't get them.
Well, I've studied enough history. I didn't licenses for.
Well, legally to have it.
Okay. Well, I know one thing about a gun. Nigga. If I got one, I don't need no license.
I mean, true.
Because if I got
You
a
can't-
gun
I
and
don't
you
know
ask to
what
see my
that's off
license,
the
you
level.
gonna see my gun.
True. I hear
Right.
you. I mean, in Chicago, it's much easier. You don't have to go through the hoops that they make you jump through.
Yeah. I didn't see how Chicago is.
Yeah. That's we've seen the war in Chirac.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could just walk into a store and just be like, oh.
That tracks.
I think I got my FOIA card. I don't even think I took a test in Chicago. I think I just signed up for the thing and they sent it to me in the mail.
Yeah, like I said, once I get the gun in my hand, like
No, I was just thinking that recently. I'm like, after the fires, I was like, it's about that time.
yeah, during the pandemic, I was like, I got to protect myself and my lady.
There you go.
So,
Well, she's got a music video out.
yeah.
I don't know.
Look, man, the rules are changing. Like we gotta no.
The rules are changing.
Hear me out. As far as like what's acceptable in public, like people are not people are allowing things to go down that they never would have years ago, and so we, as a very specific group of people, need to just stay aware. You know what I mean, and get prepared, and educate those that we're around. Because at the end of the day, all you have is community, which whatever that it means.
Well,
to
hopefully
your
our
family.
cats are gonna stick together because the black cats be tripping.
Well, you would think, but then we got niggas filing defamation lawsuits over rap battle.
Right. I mean, how long is this gonna go on?
Well, that's not a black cat.
He is. His father's black, right?
He's a tabby cat.
So my mama told me one drop of black blood, that's it.
Well, Drake's proving that
that
that's not
is not
necessarily
it.
true.
Really? My mom would go off if she heard you say that.
He withdrew
She'd be so
his
upset.
petitions.
That's interesting because my lady always be like, just look at who's the mom. And that's your ethnicity.
That's pretty
Really?
fair.
Not well.
Kids do,
My mom's
gravitate towards their
multi-race.
mind.
Because remember, his
she'd be mad if
dad
you
was
say
not
it.
around. He had a black father.
True.
He got
he
the
didn't
black
get to him
father
till later.
experience, but
Yeah.
we seen the video where he was like, my sandwich. Where's the
thinking
mayo
I
on
saw
my
the
sandwich?
video where he talked about how the Toronto niggas is ignorant because of the way they speak. Now he's all up in the weird patois.
True,
that they
his whole
speak.
image did change very
Yeah.
drastically in the last,
For sure.
2 years?
Yeah,
2,
because
3
once you
years?
get up out of wheelchair, nigga, you got a new lease on life.
I
He's
like-
I like my dad.
Yeah.
I got shot.
These white niggas shot me.
I was playing basketball.
Why is he suing for
Authentic black.
defamation though? What was
Well,
going on?
he had 2 petitions.
Okay.
One was for UMG juicing the numbers for Not Like Us. And then the other was for UMG allowing a song with defamation towards him to be distributed. So he withdrew those petitions.
Right, I saw that.
But then officially filed a defamation case. So now all you dumb niggas who was supporting Drake talking about he's making moves for more independent artists and he cares about payola and false pumping the records and stuff like that. No, nigga, he's mad that he got his ass embarrassed because that's the only thing he's actually standing on legally.
Because I'm like, how are you filing defamation when you was talking shit too?
I mean, come on. In his world, saying that someone's best friend is really their father,
like I was like, what?
that they are a domestic abuser, that they are these sorts of things. Somehow that's okay, but don't call me a pedophile.
I don't know.
I'm suing and it's illegal.
I don't think this was a good look for him to do this.
Absolutely
I honestly
not.
feel like I don't think he's the worst rapper in the world, but I think he should have just set this one out and just let it,
But once again, he's not a black American, so he doesn't truly understand the consequences.
Well, now you look dumber. He could have really messed up his career with
But
this
he
choice.
always looked dumb.
Yeah.
I think Drake has good music.
I didn't say he didn't have good music. I listen to Drake all the time.
Yeah.
Teenage Fever is still one of my
Good,
favorite songs.
Yeah, told on himself in the
Wow,
title of the
Teenage
song.
Fever is weird.
But I always was like, I liked Drake because how ridiculous he sounded and looked all the time.
But
like
early
him
Drake,
crying.
Yeah. Early Drake was like self-aware corny. Like he knew that he was soft. He knew that he was emotional.
Yeah, I
knew
like that rapper.
Yeah, he was that guy. He's like, damn, this chick left me because I was weak. You know what I mean? That's early Drake. Then all of a sudden it was like he was like a mob
Something
boss
got
in
weird.
Toronto. Like it was like, oh nah, man.
It was
Y'all
fights in
let
the
21
clubs.
Savage
It was
gas you up.
What is going on?
It's
all
like
these
if
other
Tupac
niggas.
was light skinned.
Yeah, right.
Nah, he
right.
wasn't close to that. He was acting like that?
I mean, I love Tupac.
Come on now, Tupac.
But Tupac is also a child actor. Drake is a child actor.
He was good at it though.
I think he just got lost in the role.
I push back on Tupac.
You think so?
Just a little bit.
I mean, most supposedly good actors get lost in roles. That's how we lost Heath Ledger. That's how we lost so many niggas.
You think he played Bishop and just was like, I lost
I think that was really him.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if it was really him. I always push back on Pac a little bit just because like when like people always say, oh, well, he got to death row and all of a sudden started acting gangster and all that shit. It's like, no, Tupac was in prison when he signed to death row with a rap sheet longer than his fucking couch. Like, he was already in tons of trouble.
And how many times he get shot
at the police in Atlanta? Like, he was already on some shit but prior to that.
I think it was a mental like crash throughout it all. Because I feel like towards the end.
He was a bipolar. He was a true like Gemini face ass.
Yeah, he definitely.
You know what I mean? And everybody who was close to him says that. You never knew which one you were going to get. The one who was going to talk to you about Hotep shit. Or the one that was going to be banging on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Carrey is a great comedian, but we also know that nigga's super sad and be making paintings. You know?
right.
That's why I just like artists and actors is like, there's such a duality.
Yeah.
You know, we always like, oh, how could Robin Williams do that to himself? It's like, he's so happy all the time when we see him, but the nigga be sad.
Yeah.
And so Tupac is like, oh, nigga, I'm really a poet. And I want to be, this type of nigga, a lover boy, but I'm around these niggas and I can't show.
He also is a Gemini, though.
They don't want to see that. Also, I love these bitches, but one of them shot me in my dick.
What?
Like,
I don't know that story.
Hey, you need to research.
I haven't heard that. Yeah.
Let me give you the Lord Jamar.
No, I ain't heard that version, but I don't know.
But here's where Drake's gonna get a rude awakening. What he doesn't seem to get is that, because the reason that you see that as rooted in hurt feelings is because who he's going after. He's going after Universal Music Group.
Yeah.
His distributor, his distribution record label. Distribution can't make decisions that he's claiming that they did.
Mm-hmm.
The label has to make those decisions.
Right.
If I keep fucking up this word.
Distribution deal.
Yeah. If a distributor said like, hey, Spotify, you don't have to pay for these streams like you would normal, so that it's cheaper to stream these things so they get streamed more, the record label is going to say, what the fuck are you doing? You take your money out of our pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. Like, so Drake's beef has to be with PG Lang, you know what I mean? Which would be Kendrick's actual record label, not Universal. But because Universal, Drake is signed to, he's going to them. Like, basically on some day shit. Man, why you ain't help me when the fat bitch jumped on? Like, that's where he's at. So he's all in his thing, not thinking straight. So he's going to lose this spectacularly, the same way he lost the rap battle. And
damn,
I know this is the $1 million question that all these streamers keep asking, but is that it for Drake? Is there anything he can do at this point to be like, I'm back, I'm still that nigga?
No, he'll never be that nigga again, because he's pulling the ultimate Karen move. This is literally like them causing a commotion and then like, I'm gonna call the police, because that's basically what suing somebody is. It's like, I'm gonna get the authorities involved, and then the police show up and be like, I like this bitch.
I think people forget really quickly nowadays, though. So I don't know. I think the social media world moves so quickly that he could do something as long as it's like trendy that could shift the popularity. Not necessarily saying he's gonna be great again, but I could see him finding his way out of it faster.
Should we make red hats to say make Drake great again?
That's hilarious. But I can see that possibly happening.
I don't see it, just because everybody, it's fun to dislike Drake now.
It's become
cultural relevance.
Well, they already been picking on him anyway.
And now that he done turned on the streamers, it's like you done turned on the only niggas that could actually help you.
Yeah.
So it's like now you got the motherfuckers with all the followings and shit.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah. Because he done really fucked up now, going after the streamers who were covering this. You know what I mean? He done named Kai Cenat in the shit and like all these people. Now they reacted on their streams like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like they were all staunch Drake supporters, but we're just honest to the fact that he got his ass beat.
He emotionally responded way too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Growing up, did y'all ever have like white friends that was like kind of ghetto?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Did they ever like go straight, like one day become like kind of super white?
Older, they got white.
yeah.
Like started become. That's what Drake is doing.
That always happens.
Yeah, that's what Drake is doing.
When the shit get hot, they be like, hold on.
Yeah, he cut them braids.
Yeah.
Excuse me. He untied them braids out of his hair.
He took them down.
Yeah.
My family says I need to.
That always happens. For sure.
I'm not crazy. Drake had a straight low Caesar, and then all of a sudden
he put the clips on him. It was like
next day. It was like,
I've never been a fan of who he is as a person. I like his music. I think they bops, but
you never would have went to the embassy.
He never did it for me. I don't know. Women thought he was. Yeah.
That's the funny thing is, I don't think women find him attractive. They find his status and his money attractive. For sure. Because I mean, every woman I've known him to deal with has kind of played him to the side.
Facts.
I remember when he was trying to fuck with.
And lame,
remember Malaya, the big booty stripper?
Right.
She played him to the side. We know Rihanna wasn't fucking with him.
True.
Even the cam girl, she don't really fuck that he got the baby with.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like the list of women that he's like been attached to. They all kind of just be like,
he one of them then. One of those you be like, oh, I can't wait. And he like, nah, he a lame. Damn.
Yeah. It's the
Show me your pussy.
Right. You're like, he a lame. Like,
wait a minute. Is this Drake?
That's crazy.
It's the Luke Cage effect.
Yeah.
Luke Cage?
No, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Wait, no, explain the Luke Cage effect.
You remember Luke Cage on Netflix?
Yes.
Yeah. Remember how like everybody was trying to fuck with him? Like they would fuck with him. And then he only hit once. And I was like,
that always sucks. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
They definitely lamed him out because when he was in Jessica Jones, he fucked the shit out of Jessica Jones. Then on his own series, all of a sudden he was like meek and like fucking.
It was just because he was fucking with white. He was fucking with black women. It was like,
it's like it's different over here.
Yeah, it was like this dick is not bulletproof.
Nah, I can see. Okay, he seemed like he would be lame though. Drake seemed like he would be like, you would get in there and be like.
So you say he's a milkman, like Martin Morrow.
I'm just saying. There's reasons, and you know, if you've been in the streets, you might really want to, fuck somebody, but then once you get it, you be like,
this was not.
You're like,
damn.
So.
Yeah.
It's like,
or you meet them.
You need a ride home. It's like, no, the bus is coming.
You're right. You'll be willing to.
The bus is coming.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing.
Holy hell!
That is definitely a thing.
So,
anyways, well, if you want to hear a great milkman origin story, Martin Morrow told one on our Patreon about him getting curved by Nia Jax. Oh man, good stuff. I would never leave Martin Morrow alone. Kim Gilmore, do you understand me? Never. That nigga brought cold milk into the episode this week. That was fucking bizarre.
Cold milk.
A carton of cold milk.
Where you get that from?
Exactly right, which is why
in a carton
he can't beat these allegations to save his life. Oh man, I love Fatima so
like
much.
A carton?
Where you get one of that? Where you even get that?
Where you bet at?
And it wasn't even milk; it was half and half.
This nigga was drinking half.
His favorite blend.
He was crazy as hell.
The hell?
Oh, what you got coming up?
I'm at the Comedy Store tonight, and then I am at Jam in a Van on Thursday.
Yeah. Y'all should come to that because it might.
It's about to be a wild night, baby.
Oh shit!
Open bar, baby.
It's about to be a wild one.
Pap Johnson.
I'm at Jam in the Van on Thursday. I'm in Carson on Saturday, and then on Thursday I'm gonna be doing Pap's Peanut Gallery on the Petty Cash Twitch.
I should tell on Thursday we start shooting. This is gonna be fun, y'all. It's gonna be mad fun. The comment section begins on Thursday. We got some really good. We got some edgy shit, and we got some really good comments for y'all. So you gotta check out my pod that's coming soon called The Comment Section. I forgot to.
Absolutely. I'll be here on Late AF Productions.
Yes, that'll be here.
You can find me on my social media, y'all. Chris Please or the.Darkartech. That's where everything I'm up to be at. So holla at us. NAANCast. Jay maybe will be back next
Next week.
We out.